Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. I
Hey,
was thinking probably should have flopped this the other way and did vertical,
hmm.
but get some bigger, get them bigger pictures up there, so make everybody more hungry. I haven't ate yet, so
Uh-oh.
this will be fun.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight? Have you done all of your uh, Thanksgiving shopping yet? Are you all done? That is the question.
Yeah, I'm done.
Um, I only got a few things. I've got the turkey. The turkey's been in there for since Wednesday, so it should be nice and thawed out by then. It's a new brand, so I no clue how that's going to come out. Um,
Hmm.
got it for 69 cents. They said that they ran a sale on uh, Butterball, and they ran out of them before I even got there. And so I said, well, this other this other brand. I said, well, I guess we'll try it, see how it turns out. Usually I don't have any issues with my turkeys. My turkeys are always good. Um, I do need to go to I need to get the garlic herb injector stuff because I like to inject the
Yeah,
turkey with that garlic stuff because it tastes so good. um,
that was a
every
big.
once in a while you get lucky and you get the butter and garlic and jalapeno, which is good. And it's not really spicy. You just get that little bit of taste of jalapeno.
Hmm. Hey, I remember when that Cajun injector came out years ago. That was
Yeah,
that was the, as they say, the bomb back then, because
yeah.
you didn't have to use Cajun spices. That's just what they called it.
Hey, Bulldogs, how's it going? Good to see you.
Bulldogs.
Oh, there's Mister Bushy Bot. I remember I had to change his name. I forgot to
Oh,
change it back to just the Bushy Bot. Um, yeah, I've actually had to do that one time. Didn't even though it's set in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. Um, it was frozen in the middle and had to run cold water over it to get the get the extra goodies out. Come on, jump up here, lazy bum, jump. He gets lazy and expects me to pick him up. Huh? Trying to take my shoes off. Oh, come on. Now, you're putting your tail in front of the camera. Sit down. Oh, there you go. But anyways, I wanted to since it's that time of the year, Thanksgiving time, um, kind of go over some of in history. Let me go ahead and back. Um, and they haven't put anything out for 2025. I found the other ones for 2019 and 2020 and stuff like this. Um, but I thought it'd be interesting to kind of go over some of this stuff. Um, let me see here. Um, The year is 1919. Many families are spending their first Thanksgiving dinner together since World War I began. It's time to celebrate hope and, well, I don't know what that has to do with anything, so I'm not even going to bring that up. They have to put this stuff in, they force it in everywhere. But anyways, back in 1919, it was 100%. The Thanksgiving meal was prepared by woman. And now times 85% of it is men making the meals. 42% of the men are cooking the turkey. But that really surprised me that there's 84% of men helping with the meal. Oh, okay, in some way. Okay, that sounds better. And 42% of men are cooking the actual turkey. Okay, that sounds a little bit better.
Yeah.
Hey there, Desert Living. Good to see you. Got Josh in here, Dig Deeper Ministry. Are they really men now? Yeah, it's hard to say.
I think a lot of it is the guys that like the deep fry.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, even when my wife was around, I still cooked the turkey.
Right.
I don't know what she was afraid to cook the turkey. She was afraid to mess it up, even though I know she wouldn't have. I did certain things, and so it was like a group thing, and we get the kids involved, doing little things here and there and making dishes and stuff, because there's that certain age when the kids they want to help until they hit the teenage thing, and then they're like, I don't want to do anything.
Burnt turkey. That's
Tired of burnt turkey.
You check
Could be.
it every 40, 50 minutes. It's not going to burn, especially if you're basting it.
I don't. I put it in for a certain amount of time, then I
always baste it.
open because I cook it in a paper bag.
Oh.
Yeah. I prepare it, I stick some onions and garlic inside. I don't stuff it. I rub a butter mixture under the skin and put some spices on top and whatnot, and then inject it and all that stuff, and put it in a paper bag, staple the bag, put it in there, and wait until it's supposed to be done. And then I'll go in and put my meat thermometer in there and check it, and then let it set somewhere away for about 15-20 minutes. It gives me enough time to make the gravy. I scoop out the juice to make the gravy.
Ooh. The giblets.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What was the next thing?
Oh,
The drinks. There wasn't much drinks back in 1919 because prohibition. The drinks served back then were called highballs, French 75s, sidecars. That's the name of the drinks, I guess. Fast forward, and we're drinking everything at Thanksgiving, from apple cider mimosas pumpkin pie martinis, and wine. And then there's the whole creation of Friendsgiving. And here's, and I'm going to skip this because I'm going to go put up this page right here that I found. Where is it? Share screen. Yeah, this one right here. Go ahead and plop that up there. And these are some photos. Show what the old what you call it. And this is from 2014, so it's 11 years old. But 1902, this was the menu. Can you guys see that okay? I don't know if I can make it bigger. There we go. Now, breakfast was grapes, oatmeal, country sausage, scrambled eggs, brown potatoes, entire wheat, griddle cakes, entry, I think, maple syrup, and coffee. Now, and you can tell this is down south because dinner is lunch down south, and supper is what the north calls dinner. Anyways, oysters on the half shell, mutton broth, and celery. I forget what they call that. There's a name for that. Celery in broth. Turkey stuffed with oysters, cranberry sauce, and then mashed potatoes, baked squash, boiled onions with cream sauce, peach pickles, Wardolph salad, cheese wafers, mince pie, pudding, Puritan style, whatever that is, nuts, fruit, and coffee. And for supper, we got cold roast turkey, tea biscuits, cottage cheese, sweet tomato pickles, Thanksgiving cake, fruit glaze, and tea. That's a lot of food for a day.
I'm gonna say oysters in a turkey. That's surf and turf. Starting way back then.
Kind of. Yummy oyster is my favorite. Yeah. And I looked up a 1919 recipe for stuffing or dressing, however you want to say it. And it had oysters in it.
Yeah.
Let me make that normal size now. Oops. There we go. And then this is very cool. This is from this is an advertisement. Let me go ahead and make it special holiday boxes, $5. Contains jams, preserves, nuts, raisins, candies, cake, and all the goodies necessary for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Send one home or to a home of another, some friend or neighbor. Every article the freshest and very best quality, proper packing, and prompt delivery. Call, write, or phone. For this is awesome for Thanksgiving and Christmas. $5. And this was in San Francisco, 25 Market Street, San Francisco. And there's a phone number, even though they don't do do phone numbers like that anymore. But you won't see that nowadays. I think Salvation Army does it still, but it's not the same. I'll put it that way. And here's a picture of, this is 1905, missionary visitor. Everybody eating Thanksgiving dinner in a Brooklyn mission. Look at, they got flowers on the table and everything. Look at this dude with the big old turkey. Here's a, I don't know what to think about this, but because this says 1907, the farmer's boy. Looks like a girl to me. Unless they're talking about the turkey being the boy. I don't know. Here's another article, 1908. We've got roasted chickens, garnish or in cranberries on the stem. Over here is, here, there we go. Autumn fruit with wreath of branches of fresh cranberry. And this is chicken and oyster pie. Ooh. Mashed potato for Thanksgiving. That I don't know. It kind of looks like potato salad, but go. And here's another menu. Plain grapefruit pulp in cups, oyster patties, roast turkey, giblet sauce, candied sweet potatoes, mashed white potatoes, Thanksgiving style onion stuffed with nuts and baked, tomato jelly, chicken pie, ward off salad, vanilla ice cream with peaches, a la whatever, black coffee.
A la mode?
Well, I don't think that's a la mode, but it's CURA with a funky C with a tail. OA. It's something French of some sort, I guess.
I can't see from where I'm at.
Nuts, raisin, and mint paste. And option 2, I guess, or the second meal, I don't know. Cream of oyster soup, fried fillets of fish, sauce tartar sauce, ladyfinger rolls, roast turkey, bread dressing, potato crochettes, peach sweet pickles, cauliflower or gratin, wild duck roasted,
Ooh,
celery and grapefruit salad,
that did it for me.
cranberry tart, hot apple pie, macaroon ice cream, coffee, nuts, raisins, straws of orange peel, candied with maple syrup. Ooh.
I'll take the duck, the apple pie, and some vanilla ice cream.
I mean, it's pretty good stuff. And this is 100 plus years ago. This is what was on the menu.
Well, there's a lot more ducks back then too.
Yeah, that's what they said. Very doubtful it was actually turkey. You never know, because there was wild turkey during them times, but
Yeah,
it was probably some deer and
quail, grouse.
quail, pheasants, chickens, that kind of thing. Could have been turkeys, though. It's not like there wasn't a big supply of them back then. Grouse,
Yeah.
1911. Picture, song, and story illustrated by Grant E. Hamilton. Oh, cold storage, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Fortune teller. Oops. There's another. Wow, they got a good haul right there. Library of Congress taking home turkeys from the raffle. And we have it. Oh, look at this. Buy a house for $396.
Nice. That'll get you one square shingle right now.
Pretty much. Baltimore and Ohio Relief Department. Oh. Here's another one. Bread lines saving power. And this was Bowery Mission in New York. 1913. Puck political cartoon. Oh, look at this. Tax, income, litigation. I thought that when I first glanced, I thought it was immigration. I was like, they were having immigration issues back in. 1919 American Cookery, formerly Boston. Oh, look at that turkey. And let's see if we can scroll in here. Oops. Here it is. Oyster cocktail, grapefruit, roast turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, mashed turnips, boiled onions. They had a lot of boiled onions.
Yeah. This, you were talking about different types of birds and such.
Yeah.
This says farmers deliberately started breeding turkeys for Thanksgiving market in the late 19th century after Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday in 1863. And the turkey became the cultural symbol for the meal.
Yeah.
So they definitely had them back then.
Well, no, when I was talking about the first Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Before it said turkey was hunted wild.
Because we're always told that, you know, the Indians brought the turkey and whatnot, which they could have.
Allegedly, right.
Yeah. There's no real documents that said, hey, that's what was on the menu, you know. Everybody just assumed that, I guess. Yeah, pineapple sherbet, pumpkin pie, mince pie, apples, raisin, nuts, sweet cider, and coffee. And this other one, menus for Thanksgiving dinner without turkey. Grapefruit cocktail, pork tenderloin, spiced grape jelly, canned sweet potatoes, or candy sweet potatoes. I was wondering. Creamed Jerusalem artichokes, Brussels sprouts glazed in butter, ripe olives, spiced crab. I can't make that one out. Celery, glazed tomato salad, pumpkin pie, donuts. I like how the donuts are spelled on that.
Just as long as there's no beets.
Raisin pie, apples, nuts, sweet cider, coffee. And option 2 with this one is oysters on the half shell, cream of rice soup, cheese puffs. They had cheese puffs back in?
Wow.
Roast chicken dressing, currant jelly, browned chestnuts, asparagus molasses sauce, I'm assuming, braised something, I can't make it out, sweet peach pickles, olives, and I've noticed that sweet peach pickles. That's been a pretty popular for that.
Mm-hmm.
Grilled celery, salted almonds, pineapple and marshmallow salad, squash pie. I can't make out what that is. Pudding, sweet cider, coffee, and the third option, oyster cocktail, cream of lamb soup, macaroni and chicken pudding, tomato sauce, probably string beans, maybe string beans, French style, celery, homemade relish, olives, salted almonds, pumpkin pie, apples, nuts, raisins, grape juice, and coffee. And there's the picture of the turkey before it's cooked up, I assume. And there's a picture of a nice table. Macaroni and chicken pudding right there on the right. And we got fillet of beef with fried bananas. Ooh. Congress farmer selling Thanksgiving turkey to former farmer outside a warehouse. Got the turkeys loaded up in the trailer. Imagine going to the grocery store to pick up your turkey, and it comes in a cage. You have to carry it home and do the thing itself.
Dispatch it at home, right?
Yeah, and pull the feathers out and do all the nasty and whatnot, and then cook your turkey. People are spoiled nowadays. They don't even have to do any of that stuff. You just go to the store and it's in a fancy bag and
Just
no cleaning of it. Eat your Thanksgiving. I'm guessing that's Turk here, and save your wife a pet at home. I don't get it. 60 cents.
Wow.
Well, roasting a man, that's a nice looking stove too. That's one where you had the fire on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, evidently it was the 28th when Thanksgiving there. When's ours? The 27th this year.
Yeah.
There's another picture here. Wow, when families actually sat down at the table and ate. Oh, we're at the end of this one. Let me.
And there's no cell phones at the table either, I see.
Yeah, nobody's got a bunch of cell phones in their hands. Yeah, I love them old stoves.
Yeah, with the enamel finish.
Here now, that's what it was. Celery Victor. That's what I seen a lot back then. It was celery has a pretty much been relegated to the appetizer tray along with cauliflower and carrots these days. But back in the first couple of decades of the 1900s, it was a dish all unto itself. The recipe originated at the St. Francis Hotel in San Francisco, but quickly spread across the country. By the mid 1920s, Celery Victor, named for St. Francis chef Victor, and its celery salad offshoots were a popular Thanksgiving side dish on tables from coast to coast. Well, let's see what the recipe is. Yields about 6 to 8 servings. Total time is an hour plus 2.5 hours chilling time. You need 2 medium celery bunches, about 4.5 pounds. That's quite a bit. 4 cups of homemade chicken broth, a fourth medium onion, thinly sliced, 4 to 5 fresh Italian parsley sprigs, 3 fresh tarragon sprigs, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, freshly ground pepper. And the dressing is 2 anchovy fillets, or fillets, however you want to say it, a 4th cup of white wine vinegar, kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, a 4th cup of vegetable or grapeseed oil, a 4th cup of extra virgin olive oil, 3 tablespoons of coarsely chopped tarragon leaves. Evidently, that was the thing, because I seen this a lot. So if anybody wants that recipe, I'll drop it here in chat real quick. That it said it made 6 to 8 servings. The hour to prepare it, and then you need 2.5 hours for it to set in the fridge. Yeah, that's interesting. Here, let me go ahead and share this. Let me go to the top here, so everybody can see it. Share screen. Go. Now, everybody's going to get mad at me because they're going to get hungry after this. Here's the Thanksgiving favorites from 100 years ago. A lot of this we can see. You know, we've got the turkey and the cranberries, and I'm assuming this is probably the green bean casserole. I think that might be a pumpkin pie over there, some rolls. But our first thing down here is fire roasted carrots. Now, you know, they had a bunch of squash and root crops that they roasted back then. And then here's the Celery Victor. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it to see what it tastes like. But, you know, other than cooked in a stew or roasted, usually don't eat. Or I'll have, you know, where you put the peanut butter on it and then put the raisins ants on the log or whatever they call it.
Right.
And then we have oyster dressing or stuffing, which I've had that before. Roasted squash and apple. That looks good. That's enough for me though. I don't know what everybody else is going to eat,
Right.
unless that looks bigger than it is. And then you got apple pie. This is mock apple pie, but turkey jello. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that don't sound right.
Yeah. If it's jiggling when it's making its way to the table, I don't know. Unless it's got fruit in it or something. Oh, B said she'd give that a go. The turkey jello.
Did you say that, B?
No, I guess that's it. That's it for that page.
No jiggly turkey. That's crazy.
No jiggling turkey.
What was that? That one stream he did. Was it last year? Year before? Remember they had to cut the black spot out of the meat.
Out of
Remember he was
turkey?
showing that? I think it was on Crazy's morning stream.
Oh, yeah. We won't bring that up. That actually, I think that was it UB that had the, or no,
Might have been
or Harvest.
somebody
they shared
sent Crazy the
They
picture.
shared a picture with. It was a pork roast, I think, and
Monty
they cut it
said,
open, and there was very bad stuff in the inside.
well, just one spot.
Oh,
And
it was bees.
Monty,
Yeah, it was bees.
Monty was like, well, just cut that spot out. It was
Yeah, right. Is that what you did, B? Did you just cut the bad stuff out and eat the rest? Roosevelt officially making Thanksgiving a federal holiday. Yeah.
that was
Yeah, I would love to have one of them old wood stoves. Ooh. And still be able to cook with wood.
it was a
There's I can't remember his name. Let me see if I can find his channel real quick. And he just put out a video today making sauerkraut or fermented cabbage, which is sauerkraut. Well, he calls it pickle. And down there they call it pickle.
Mm.
Let me see if I can find it now. But he made Appalachian Metcalf Mills. And let me find this video for yesterday. And I've shared his stuff before, so I shouldn't get in trouble for this. And he's a very nice guy. I talked to him or commented in conversations back and forth. And he just started cooking or making videos again. But he'll sit there and talk about his family's been in them hills for many, many moons, generations. And all this information, he talks about coming back and he learned this from his grandmother and stuff like that. And she learned it from so-and-so. And it's stuff. Let me find. Well, I'll just play it. And sometimes you know, there's some people that get on to me about playing this guy because, or another channel I play, because they don't understand him. I understand everything he's saying, and I'm what everybody calls a Yankee because I was born up here, but I've lived down south, so I don't know if that makes it different or not. Here we go. There we go. There it is.
And back in the olden days, when my family first settled in this holler, been almost 200 years ago, they hewed out their old log houses with an axe, and they built their big barns to store their crops in and so their animals could take shelter. They had to build corn cribs to protect their corn and let it dry down so they could take it to the mill and get it ground up for cornmeal to make bread out of. Had to store a year's worth of corn at a time. Sometimes they might run out of corn before the next year's corn was dry. What are they going to do then? Well, that's what we're going to do today.
Little wiener dog. Yes, says no. I'll go ahead and skip through here a little bit.
I'm getting ears of corn that's laying on the ground that's fell down because they need to be got up and they'll be less dry than them up on the stalk.
Has TH2 seen this video?
The time to get corn for gritting is after it starts to dry and it's still soft, but before it gets too hard.
Now, who in chat? Now, if Jeff was here, he would know what this was. But who in chat knows what gritting is?
What did you call it? Gritting?
Yeah, gritting. I'll wait and see if anybody knows. I have a wood fireplace. I'm supposed to, I kind of have a fireplace, but it's blocked off. Yeah, Vester probably knows. Yeah. It's not technically grits because it's not dried out. It's still moist, and that's what they call it. Well, I'll show you here in a bit. But this is when the corn that was left wasn't quite done yet. So it dries out and whatnot over the end of the fall and whatnot. And you still go out and harvest it. That's why it's still here, because it's still useful.
That's where you hunt deer too.
Well, yeah. This is out in his yard. The same thing, because here in a bit, after the dog gets done digging up whatever he's digging. Taters.
Taters?
Yep. There's people say that as soon as the potato plant dies, you have to dig it up. You can find and eat potatoes that's been a year in the ground. And his next thing he'll be going after, well, you can see what he's got here.
There used to be an old record around here that they'd play, and it talked about these two old men that got stuck in a blizzard, and one of them went to town and come back, and they said he brought back 6 bushels of taters and 2 gallons of white liquor, corn liquor. He got back and went in, and the other old man said, "What in this world are we going to do with all them taters?"
Nothing about the liquor. And then he's
If
got
you're
some.
going to have corn and taters, one of the best compliments you can give it is to fix you a big old pan of mustard greens
Ooh,
to go right with it.
yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, have you ever been hit in the face with a mustard green?
This guy's a
The
hoot.
old people used to call it salad.
Salad.
SALLET
Yeah,
or
poke salad.
SALAT. I guess they got that name from poke salad, which is
Yeah.
about the first green you get a hold of in the spring of the year to eat.
Yeah.
Really late.
And
They're
some old
good for the
carrots
fall
that
garden or the
still
early
didn't quite
garden.
make it.
They're just tough. He's just, I say, it was 19 degrees here the other day, and these just didn't hurt them a bit. Their tops are fine. Probably throw some straw over them, and they'd do even better.
Yeah, we'll get to the next bit.
If you get any leaves up to start your fire with, make sure you get the ones right off of the top, the ones that's standing up tall. They'll be
Little
dry
Yankee.
where them under them won't.
Unfortunately, this is not an old stove, but it's still good. I can almost smell that fire. Yeah, poke salad. Yeah, I got in trouble for stealing a couple quarts of my grandpa's poke salad. Where'd my poke salad go? And most people call that a weed.
Yeah.
Most places it is a weed. People will just, cut it down or spray weed killer on it. I remember getting up early in the morning when my grandpa was already outside working, and my job was to get start the fire up again if it was out. Which I love doing. And if I didn't use a match, I got praised for it. Good job. Because he'd ask me, he said, "Did you waste a match?" No, didn't have to. I got it going without a match. And I was proud because I actually started a fire without using a match. Yeah, there's something about just sitting there watching a fire. I mean,
Yeah, put you to sleep.
yeah. We used to open the door because old pot belly stoves, they didn't have no fancy glass to where you could watch it or anything. We had to open the door and watch it. Yankee Doodle Road. Yes, it is. When I lived out in the country, I got some big trees, some logs, and set around the fire, and that was my sitting spots. We didn't have, well, we did have chairs, but they weren't used. They were only used if we had more people. But everybody sat on them logs. We would sit out there and watch that fire till 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And yes, you can eat the tops of carrots. And some may say that he's eating scraps from the garden. Yeah, rabbits do it all the time. Oh yeah, yeah. And that's the thing is, everybody thinks rabbits like the carrots. It's not really the carrots; they like the carrot tops. And here you're going to see them doing the gritting here pretty soon. But some people may say, "Oh, gross! That's an old deformed."
Anytime I'm shucking corn, I'm bad to look at every ear and see how it looks and notice different things about it, how tight the shuck is, and different things that might make it good for seed. Or this Hickory King corn, I'm always looking for 8-row ears. It's got 8 rows of grains on the cob, and I'll keep that for my pure seed stock. And also making hominy, I want that 8-row ears because the grains are a lot wider, and I like my hominy to be the big wide grains. It makes it better to me.
I like how it says it's music. They put closed caption. That is gritting. Some good salt. Yeah. Real salt.
Hey,
Yeah, Redmond's is good. Good. I didn't buy it this last time because they had a bunch of recalls on it, so I wanted to wait until all the recalls was done, and I got another good salt. I miss cooking on a stove, wood stove.
yeah.
The more you sweep, the more it comes out. And this would be a perfect stove to have too. You can sit there, bake on one side, and cook on top of it. And he makes his own lard too. See that this is the way to cook mustard greens. You boil them and then you fry them. So many people just boil them and be done with it. No, it's so much better when they're fried up in butter. Oof, chili flakes.
Now, after you cook your greens, you've always got some good pot liquor in the pot left over.
Liquor.
And I try not to waste that stuff because it's got a lot of good nutrition in it, and it's good for you, and a lot of that comes out of your greens, and I always try to use it if I can and get the good out of it.
Yeah, it's nice having a furnace that comes on at 65 and shuts off, but if you grew up with a wood stove and you cooked on it and stuff like that, you miss it. Time to go get something to drink.
And back in the olden days, like I said, my family settled in here. They had to hunt a place for a good spring, and that's where they wanted to be close to. They had to have water to live. And they'd find a big spring, and that's where they'd build their homestead. And they'd go out to the spring, and as a lot of them didn't even have a spring house, they just had a kind of a pool made, a little dipped out pool, and they'd take a water bucket and just dip water right out of that pool to carry into the house. That's what they'd use to cook and what to drink.
I bet you that's some good water too. Nice and cold. Yeah.
It won't be as done on the outside, so about halfway through of them, you have to turn your biscuits or your cornbread around about halfway through because they'll get done on the far box side quicker, and they won't be as done on the outside. So about halfway through, you need to turn them around so it'll brown even. be too stingy when you're greasing the pan.
Look at them old Crocs over there. I bet you them things been passed down from generation to generation. Ooh, that's some good stuff there. Yeah, they look like some old plates, don't they? And you talk about a budget mill. What did he spend on that? It was what people would call scraps in his garden.
You want to pick your cornbread up?
Yeah. Here, I'll go ahead and drop you guys a link if you guys want to watch the whole video and watch the one today. And if you like his channel, subscribe and just say, hey, Bushcraft Family sent you over there or whatnot. He is a really good guy. I mean, he built a mill to grind down corn and flour, and he goes to areas that are, you know, not a big city or anything. He goes where and he'll mill up a bunch of cornmeal or some flour, and then he puts it in bags and gives it to the community where he's at. And unfortunately, the hurricane came to the church where he was doing it at. Luckily, the day before this hurricane came, he had to go and do repairs on the mill. He went and picked it up, and then the hurricane decimated the church. So yeah, he's a real good guy. But yeah, he has some really good videos. He talks about, you know, the way because he's very knowledgeable about the mills and stuff like that. And he shows one that was one of the first ones in the area. I mean, first ones that was run by the power of the river that it was built next to. Yeah, I like to use cream corn in there, mix it in there. Usually I'll put half cream corn and half whole kernel corn in mine. Was it corn salad or something, whatever it's called? Cornbread salad. Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff. Yeah, Jeff is the one that actually put me onto his channel. He says, now if you can understand him, you're doing good. He says, because he's major North Carolina in the hills. And I understand him. Last time I played his video on my channel, everybody was like, "What did he say? What's he saying?" And I had to put closed caption on, and they closed caption can't interpret what he's saying, which is funny. But what is some Thanksgiving things that you used to have when you were a kid that you don't see anymore in a normal Thanksgiving dinner? Okay, you could. That's good. Oh yeah, he that corn is his family's corn that's been passed down. That's why there was a bit where he says he saves the 8-row corn cobs because it makes good seeds to where he can plant it next year. It's the same seeds. It gets passed down from generation to generation. And where he's at in the hills, it's not getting crossbred with any other corn unless he makes it that way. Crab apples, spice peaches, dare nut, or is it date nut bread? I love a nut loaf and cream cheese. Date nut. Okay. Yep. And the thing is, normal people, I wouldn't even call it normal. Today's people would look at that corn and say, "Oh, gross. It's deformed and stuff," because it's not pretty like the picture on the can. But that's how true corn is. That way, a scientist didn't mess with it, even though they kind of did way back when. And it wasn't so much a scientist; it was farmers making crossbreeding different corn with another corn to make it bigger and stuff. Yeah, same here. I would want the same. Yeah, I also remember Thanksgiving a lot of candy and cakes and cookies and stuff. Usually, I was doing more of the cakes and cookies and stuff for Christmas, not Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, there was a few pies and whatnot, but I didn't do too many cookies or candies or anything like that. Oh yeah, handmade. Oh yeah, mostly pies, Christmas cakes, and candies. Yeah, that's the same way we always did it. Um, when I stayed with my grandpa, we didn't. I remember having turkey once, and that's because we went out and got it. Um, a couple days before Thanksgiving, and I don't even think we actually ate Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving because he had a calendar, but sometimes he would mark the days off, and sometimes he would forget, and we didn't know what day it actually was. So until he went until he went to the store in town and asked what day it was. But one year I remember us going out, probably a couple days before Thanksgiving or when we ate Thanksgiving, and we did get a turkey. It was either a turkey or grouse. I can't remember, but I remember it was a pretty good sized bird. I'm thinking it was a turkey, and normally it was deer, a big deer roast or a pork roast, or some pheasants or something like that. And he had this. If he did it in a pot, it was on top of a. Well, he either did it in a Dutch oven, a big pot, or he had this metal box that had a door on it that we would cook outside on the fire. If it wasn't the weather wasn't too bad, and he would roast in that box. He would roast vegetables and whatever meat it was all together. And a lot of times, like if it was a ham or something, he would take moonshine and put over the top of it. Toward the last bit, he would put it on the fire and put the moonshine on, and all of a sudden, big flames shoot up, and it would char the outside of it. It actually tastes pretty good. Found a recipe for candy called moose farts. What? Moose farts? You have to send that to Jeff then. Yep, get the crisp on. Yeah, he was talking about when he was making sauerkraut. He was talking about his grandma. That his grandma would ask him, say, it's time to make slaw, and said, you ready to get it done? And he was all fired up for that, helping grandma. You send it to him. Okay. Did you email it or did you put it on? Hopefully not on my phone. I actually have my phone sitting here. Oh, you did. You have to email it. I don't email on my phone. You should know me by now. I don't use my phone that much. I think Eric went to get something to eat. He got hungry. Yeah, I can text him at the link, I guess. Yeah, but I like looking at some of the old stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff from, especially if you type in something like what they have for Thanksgiving. Here, let's see. 1925.
Sorry, Bush, I had to let Jack in. Oh.
Main dishes was turkey, duck, goose, or chicken were the centerpieces of the meal. Side dishes were mashed potatoes, gravy, and stuffing were common, along with roasted squash, carrots, turnips, and parsnips. Cranberry sauce and pickles were also served. Desserts was pumpkin pie and apple pie were the classics at the end of the meal. Other possibilities was tomato, I don't know what that word is, aspic, a savory gelatin dish that was popular and a sophisticated option on many tables during this era. Let's see what that is. Search. It's like a tomato jello, kind of. Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of it?
No.
Ingredients: tomato juice, unflavored gelatin, aromatics, and seasonings such as minced onions, celery seeds, bay leaves, cloves, Worcester sauce, salt, sugar, and hot sauce. Fresh lemon juice. Okay.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if I would get into that. Never. I would try it though. It wasn't dinner. It was a feast. Yeah. I think the best part of Thanksgiving is later that night and the next day. And then Saturday. Then Sunday, usually I have something else. And then Monday, I have a bunch of the leftovers mixed in somewhere. Moose farts are a no-bake cookie. Okay. Cool, cool. Oh, here's another page that I've seen. Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of raw oysters or clams, mock turtle or oxtail soup, halibut, cutlets, tartar sauce. That's weird how they call it sauce tartar back then. French fried potatoes, sliced cucumbers, roast turkey, oyster or chestnut stuffing, cranberry jelly, boiled cauliflower, baked macaroni with cheese, asparagus salad, olives, radishes, cheese, crackers, pumpkin, or chestnut pudding, coffee.
They had a lot of coffee back then, huh?
Yeah. Here's another one. 75-cent Thanksgiving dinner. Served from noon until 8:30. Wow. Yeah, chestnut. It does sound good. Who's roasted chestnuts and ate them right there? Because I've had a chestnut that wasn't roasted, and it's horrible. Never do that. And then you take the chestnut and you cut a little X on the top of it, or actually the bottom, and put it in the pan and roast it over there. And you can, it smells so good. And pop that off and good stuff. Yeah, if you can wait until they cool down. That's the fun part. waiting. Yeah, it's not good. I think I've only had one and I didn't like it. It was probably not cooked all the way because the raw ones not good. It'll like, yeah, yep. Yeah, and if you don't get that X on there, you may be chasing that chestnut because they'll pop and fly out of the pan because they expand when they cook. Okay, here's the other one. For breakfast, it was oranges, cooked cereal with chopped figs, ham and eggs, griddle cakes with maple syrup, um, and a simple Thanksgiving dinner. Olive, celery, roast turkey with oyster dressing, cranberry sauce, giblet sauce, which gravy, mashed potatoes, boiled onions, again with the boiled onions, pumpkin pie, cheese, nuts, and candy. For supper, cold turkey, mashed potatoes, jelly, hot baking powder biscuits, ooh, cranberry, uh, Bavarian cream cake, coffee or tea. Well, here's another ad up here is for breakfast is orange and lime juice, buckwheat cakes, sausage, maple syrup, coffee, and milk. For dinner, again, dinner is lunch down south. Pan boiled oysters in bacon, celery, olives, roast turkey, apple stuffing, giblet gravy, cranberry sauce, mashed yellow turnips, and sweet potatoes, buttered, white onions, Brussels sprouts, and grapefruit salad, fresh dressing, plum pudding, cheese, nuts, raisins, and coffee. For supper, again, cold sliced turkey, cranberry sauce, bowl of mixed green salad, hot biscuits, pie, tea, and milk. Very interesting that they had cold for supper. It was cold sliced turkey in many of those different ads. It's usually with a biscuit too, so you can put the stuff in and the cranberry sauce and the turkey on there and have a sandwich. Make them every year. As few or expensive. You want like $2 a pound. Are you talking about the chestnuts? I go in the woods and find a chestnut tree and then hunt around for ones that the bugs and the squirrels ain't got yet. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here in a bit. Let me see if there's another channel that we can take everybody to. No, actually. Wow, there's nobody live right now?
Nope.
Huh.
I only heard you mention butter once.
Butter? There's a lot of butter.
No, I'm saying I only heard you mention it once.
Oh,
I would assume they've got a lot of butter, but
oh yeah. Mainly the buttered onions
that's where I heard the butter.
and
Right?
boiled. Yeah, I seen a lot of that. But I'll probably be live since I've got my minutes on StreamYard for a while. I'll probably be live on Sunday at 7 o'clock, and we'll go over Thanksgiving desserts.
Oh boy.
So make sure you don't eat too much on Sunday. That way it gets you real hungry. Come
I got
7
hungry
o'clock.
tonight. That's why I stepped away for a minute.
Yeah, I forget what the little onions are. What are them little onions called? They have the cocktail ones too, but the ones you bake in the oven with
pearl onions,
butter.
are they pearl
Yeah,
onions?
pearl, yeah. Yeah, those are really good. I remember eating those one time. I was like, oh yeah. It was one of my favorites there.
I didn't hear beets once tonight too, which is good.
Yeah, that was odd. There was hardly any
Oh,
beets.
are fine.
I love good roasted beet.
That's like dirt.
No.
Roasted.
That's like some people when they eat cilantro, it tastes like soap.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's good to me. It doesn't taste like soap.
Well,
Hey, good to see you.
where are you?
Thanks for stopping by. And if I don't see you, hope everybody has a wonderful
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
please do.
And wanted to see how many people get rolled out of the room after eating.
Just wear your stretchy pants. That's all.
Yeah. And I think probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to make my cranberry salad or cranberry sauce, whatever it is. And I'll probably make a video of that. Maybe my baked beans. Because you make, and this depends on the weather too. So
Yeah.
if the weather's good enough come Thanksgiving, I'm planning on making my baked beans a day before, have them baked and the whole shebang, and then come Thanksgiving, fire up the smoker and smoke my baked beans. Oh, nothing better than smoked baked beans. Oh man.
Especially after all the flavors have melded together.
Yeah. That smoke gives them such a great taste. Oh man. I did them for a few years back, Easter. Oh, good stuff. So we'll see if I can get some on my cooking channel, get some that stuff made. My son said you should do Thanksgiving dinner a week before Thanksgiving and film it.
Right.
And I said, what about Thanksgiving?
Well, you can just watch
Thanksgiving, there's no food. Anyways, I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we will catch you on the next one.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.